I have so many lipstick marks on my cup. Yep. Hey guys, what's up? It's Justine, and today I'm back with another video, procrastinating for midterms once again, as always. And I actually got a request to do this video, which is super exciting. You guys are starting to leave me requests. I love it. Please feel free to. I'm open to anything. I actually need inspiration right now. I'm lacking inspiration, but anyways, this request was to do a video about the first time I put in an IV. So this is like going to be a story time of the first time I put in an IV, which is something super stressful that everyone goes through. You know, you learn it in school and labs, and it's like, okay, whatever, like, still stressful. But then when you have to do it on an actual person who actually feels the pain, it's like, oh boy, okay. Anyway, so this, ooh, got super sunny in here. Look at that. Ooh, wow. Okay, so this first, actually I have 3 parts to the story. I have 3, I'd like to say I have 3 first times that I put in an IV. One was on my friend, it failed. One was on my other friend, I succeeded, and then the first time that I actually put an IV on a patient. So I'm gonna start by telling you guys about the first time I put an IV on my friend. So basically, my friend's mom is also a nurse, and so she always has like a stack of supplies at her house for, like, I guess apparently IVs and like emergency kit kind of thing. And so we used some of those supplies. We were like, okay, you know, we're starting our rotation next week. We have to be able to do IVs. We just learned in lab, so let's practice on each other. So it was me, my friend, and her mom. And we were like so nervous, like, okay, sit down at the table at her house. And I did it on, I can't remember if she did it on me first. I think she did it on me first, and she blew my vein, which actually really hurt. I had like a big bruise on my hand for a long time. Obviously the hand's not the best place to go. We learned from that. And then I did one on her. And funny story, she's actually scared of needles. So I went in. I don't think I got blood return because her mom came in and had to actually like thread the IV, you know, when you have to like look for the vein. So she was like going in and out and in and out. And my friend, who hates needles, just started to pass out. So she closed her eyes, she like falls back, and then it looked like she was seizing. I freaked out. I thought she was actually like having a seizure. And then she like falls forward and passes out, and then she was like retching, so I thought she was gonna puke. So we bring the garbage next to her. I get like a cold towel to put on her forehead, and then like 20 seconds later she wakes up and she doesn't remember anything that happened. So it was safe to say that I failed miserably at that one, and I did not practice on her anymore, not even bloods, nothing like that, because I was way too scared for her to like actually like pass out for real for a long time. So that was a fail. But the second time that I did an IV, so after this first time failed, we're like, okay, we're gonna get a few friends together at her house again with some more supplies, and we're just gonna practice some more. And so this time it was my friend, me, and then 2 of our other friends who aren't in nursing. They very generously volunteered. By the way, you guys, thank you so much. Val, Jordan, Val, I know you watch my videos, so thanks for being such a good sport. So yeah, we got together and we did bloods, we did IVs, and I'm actually gonna insert a picture of the IV that I did on Jordan right here. He has amazing veins for you guys that are nurses. Like, beautiful, like those juicy, like bulging veins are the best. So I was lucky enough to work with him. I was still super nervous. Like, now veins like that, oh my god, 2 seconds. But like, I was still super nervous. And anyway, so I went in, and it's always hard, like when you, here I actually have, show you guys here, it's like the needle. Oh, you probably won't be able to see that at all, but like you know how you have the needle and then you have the catheter, the little plastic catheter on top, and how it's really difficult to, once you're in the vein, to push the catheter into the vein without pushing the needle in, because like you have to push the catheter and then you retract the needle and then you have only the catheter. Anyway, so that's always the hardest part personally for me. And that's why I got like stuck a little bit, even though his veins are like so beautiful. But eventually I got it, and I was so proud of myself. I was like, yes, first IV in. And like I said, I think I will have inserted a picture. If not, I'll insert it here, but I think I already did. And I put it on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, so proud. But yeah, so that was the second time I inserted an IV on my friend, and it was successful. Also, you guys, forgot to mention, but you might be thinking, why the hell do you have those IV supplies in your house? Why would your friend have them? Like, that's weird. But honestly, I 100% encourage you guys to take a few supplies from your rotation setting from the hospital or in lab. If they give you supplies, I 100%, I mean, once you've actually learned the technique or you have someone to teach it to you properly, I 100% encourage you guys practicing on your own with some friends who consent to be your guinea pigs, or your parents, or whatever. If you get together with some nursing friends and practice at your house, it's not unsafe if you know how to do it properly, and if you follow the proper like aseptic and techniques and stuff. It's totally safe, and I 100% encourage it, because if you practice on yourself, what's the worst that can happen? You're not gonna get it, your friend's gonna be in a little bit of pain, or you're gonna pop the vein. Like, all three have happened to me, and you get over it. And at least when you come to do it for your patient, first of all, you will be more confident, and you will have probably a better chance of getting it and of hurting them less, and your esteem is gonna be way up, because you'll be like, yes, I got this, I've done it before. So I don't think it's illegal. It's not illegal, right? No, it's not illegal. It's totally fine. That is completely off topic. What I wanted to say was that I completely encourage you guys to practice at home, your IVs, your bloods, your dressings, because once you get to the hospital, you're going to be way more confident. So the third time I put in an IV, now this was on a real patient, so obviously this was the most stressful, and it was, I think it was last February, and it was the first week of my rotation on this new floor. And I think I started on Monday, and it was like the second day or something, and I had this patient who needed a new IV. And so the nurse I was paired up with was like, oh, well, do you want to do it? And I was like, hell yeah, like, of course I want to practice. I've like done it at home, like, of course I want to do it. But I was so nervous, and like my friend's mom that I was telling you guys about that helped us do the IVs at her house, she works on the floor next to mine, so I ran over and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do my first IV, oh my god. And she's like, just chill, it's okay, you're fine. So yeah, I grabbed all my equipment and I went to the room, and of course the patient was like, oh, is this the first time that you're doing this? And I was like, no, I've done this so many times. I was so nervous, my hands were like all clammy. Anyway, and so obviously the nurse that I was paired up with, she came with me, and then my friend who was also on the unit came to watch, so I had all this pressure, and I was so nervous. And this poor little old lady with like these small veins, and I was like I'm never gonna get it, because like I only practice on like big veins, and now she's got these tiny little veins, I'm never gonna get it. Anyway, and so I gathered all my equipment, I prepared everything, and I can't remember exactly how it went down, but I went in and I got it, and I was so excited. And once I was in, my nurse was like, good girl, you got it, and I was like, yes, oh my god. And then I went in, I attached the this part with the NS flush, I put my Tegaderm, put my tape, and it was a perfect IV. I did put a 22 gauge, so it wasn't gonna last like super long, but it's all good. I was so happy, and yeah, so that's the story of my 3 first IVs. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me comments down below. I want to know what your guys' first IV story is. I'm so intrigued. I know we all have like different ones. Some go super well, some don't, obviously. So leave me your stories down below. I would love to read it. I'll respond to you guys. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!